Recording.
Hi, Eric Smith from beautiful Virginia Beach, Virginia, coming to you live. Hi, this is my HR application for organizational and personal development. The organizational strategies applied. The need for HR strategy applications become paramount and part of every practice. Organizations across various sectors require this knowledge to improve performance and service delivery towards achieving organizational goals. Consequently, selected organizational strategies are required to improve output and performance of within the organization. The organization is requiring these strategies and mainly based directly linked to the church. Hence, it requires strategies that will influence delivery of biblical principles. There are two major strategies considered in this organization. The first one, arguably the most important one, is training. This is essential, especially for the purpose of equipping employees to the church to deliver to the people attending the services. Through training, the employees are able to engage in proper planning and organization of different events in professional manners with acceptable standards of practice of different events in professional manner. Acceptable events, practice, training, resource management. It's also key to organizational because it will enhance training, accountability of sources. That's by Carucci of 2020. The second is through mentorship. Mentorship is required, especially for the employees. They handle the people directly, following the need to practice the discipline and other forms of influential platforms to ensure that they make difference in the practice. Attaching employees in different departments to the appropriate experts will improve service delivery, thus facilitating the achievement of organizational objectives. Next slide. Outcomes for applying HR strategies. The significance of applying HR strategies and methods to everyday practice comes with numerous benefits and outcomes that enhance organizational growth. Through better performance, for instance, well-trained individuals learn how to deliver services and products as expected by the organization, which contributes towards the greater good. Increased value of human capital. This is an outcome that an organization can be proud of, which is to have knowledgeable employees. It's beneficial and mainly based on the fact that such trained employees provide a better image to the organization. Increased efficiency is an expected outcome as more goals can be achieved with trained individuals and teams. Better employee relations can come from the high levels of treatment and concern they receive, even by getting opportunities to grow their careers. Such employees grow and value the organization, thus given the best every day. That's from Dessler. Next slide. Pros and cons to the organizational systems. There are multiple benefits that organization can obtain from applying HR strategies. First off is productivity. Based on the capacity to learn administrative techniques and skills, employees will be able to execute their duties well and more effectively. My favorite is increased teamwork. This is likely based on having clear roles and responsibilities for each employee of the organization. It will also reduce conflict and interference with others in delivery of thus enhance professional and integrity. Next is an impact on everyday planning. This comes as a result of learning to the place of strategies in line of organizational goals and objectives. Next is acquisition of talents and skills. HR knowledge can impact the organization in a manner that can enhance the practice of getting new employees and volunteers in a professional manner. Also, HR directors require a notable level of preparation, involvement, and investment. This can influence the capacity of the organization to embrace the use of HR strategies. Amongst the notable cons include, first off, is time consumption. This is based on the need to influence all practices in the new planning of execution of activities. This can be time consuming before all the stakeholders learn to adapt to the new system, which can also be disorienting. The implementation of new plans to influence change requires adequate resources, such as to have necessary materials and tools to facilitate in place and run the system. Leveraging on employee strengths. It is organizational responsibility to ensure that all employees have equal opportunity to practice as based on the law of the EEO. However, beyond these laws, the organization requires to put the best foot forward to encourage employees' participation at work through strategies such as the following: give adequate opportunities for practice, enhance communications and feedback, and to provide source, deliver roles and responsibilities. Integrating HR in the organization. The need to have HR services incorporated in the organization should be given a priority. This is mainly because the Human Resources Department will provide clear lead on the way operations must be done in the organization in accordance with the laws and regulations of employment. Hence, the following will be proposed plan to facilitate the requirements of the HR office in the organization. First off is to establish rules and responsibilities. Next is to develop the need for standards of practice. Also to develop the necessities and enhance the employees' laws and regulations. And lastly is to develop the need to identify talents and skills required to grow the organization, according to Dessler 2016. Recommendations. Following benefits of HR strategies in the organization, it is necessary to consider some of the recommendations in the organization. First off is to hire skilled leaders and top management employees. Develop standards of hiring and employee acquisition. Encourage training and mentorship in the organization. Develop effective plans for the hiring to focus on the following: organizational goals, such as obtain trained individuals with adequate knowledge of biblical values and principles. Also, to enhance efficiency amongst workers. Efficiency can be achieved by having employees that use acceptable standards of the practice. Applications of the organization. The two major places the strategies are most practical is to, first off, is to improve organizational day-to-day operation. This is to ensure that the organization, despite being affiliated to the church, ensures high standards of the professionalism. Also is to improve the execution of planned activities and schedule events by the following: obtaining professional participants to lead and guide the implementation of activities, ensuring resource management. Important also is a personal development plan. My personal development plan process is very critical based on the need to develop better practices and and execute leadership in high standards of practice. To achieve higher objectives in organizational growth, I intend to embrace the following strategies to enhance performance. First off is to maintain active practice and application of HR concepts by utilizing learning concepts. Continuous training and acquisition of knowledge. Also, mentorship, interaction and accomplished individuals will go a long way in improving the practice. Also, to join HR professionals in organizations, in groups and organizations. Lastly, is to get exposure by involving new acquired practice to improve organizational output. That concludes my brief. Go Lopes.